Can you see me? Can you hear me? Listen, I was watching Dr. Phil. I don't like Dr. Phil to be watching him so much, but I saw like a little commercial that he was doing where he got these mothers together who were complaining about, you know, deprivation during the pandemic.
We're talking today about the anger and rage of mothers across the country who feel overwhelmed by the demands of COVID-19, which have forced many of them to leave their jobs to care 24/7 for their children at home while their partners continue to work.
And so these women were in here complaining about the stuff they can't do and blah, blah. They're all white and quote unquote privileged, right? So then this girl comes in, and I think her name was Chip.
My next guest, Chip, is a single mother who says she's angry that mothers with partners complain at all.
My name is Chip, and I'm a single mom to a 7-year-old little boy named Legend. 2 months ago, in order to create a stable income for me and my son, I moved to Los Angeles to follow my dreams of being a stand-up comedian. I had to leave my son behind in Maryland with my parents. Hey, Legend, how was your day today? I'm sick and tired of these entitled moms complaining about the pandemic when they have so many resources. They have a husband, they have money, and they have a future. Not everybody has those luxuries.
Okay, she comes in and she's talking about how these privileged mothers shouldn't be complaining because they have money and support, and how in the middle of the pandemic she decided that she wanted to move across the country from DC to California in order to be a comedian.
I'm just really upset with these women complaining. You guys have no idea how hard it is. You guys have stability. You have someone who you know exactly when they're coming home. You also have another source of income. And it's just, it sucks to sit here and watch you guys complain about something that most women have to do every day.
Number one, I'm originally from Washington, D.C., okay? Most of my family is still in Washington, D.C. The first thing I'm thinking about this single mother is, honey, what happened to you as a single mom, you still have to take responsibility for. You did what in the middle of a pandemic? She's talking about how she left her kid on the East Coast so she could come on the West Coast and pursue her career in comedy. And I'm like, we in the middle of a pandemic. It ain't that many comedy clubs open for you to even get money to perform at. So why would going across the country chasing your dreams be something that you would want to do? Now, being on Dr. Phil, was that one of your dreams? I mean, if it was, then you accomplished something, okay? But there is no way in hell that during the middle of a pandemic, it's logical to leave your kids on one side of the United States and come to another side of the United States to chase after a dream that's not going to bring you any immediate income right now. Being inside of the entertainment industry, you are kind of starving initially. Like, if nobody knows who you are, especially if you're moving from one side of the United States to another, no one knows who you are. You aren't really getting enough gigs like that. So you're not generating any money. You will probably generate more money doing Uber, DoorDash, or Postmates in Washington, D.C. As a single mother myself, I'm sitting there thinking like, she thought this was a legitimate plan, and she's sitting here arguing with other women because these women have partners, because that's the only difference between her and them. She was saying they had resources, they have support. Honey, you got support from somewhere. If you're able to leave your child all the way on the other side of the United States, somebody's watching your child, somebody's supporting you because you're not there. You know what I mean? So you have support. You just don't have the husband. You are classifying these women as privileged because they have husbands. But no, they are struggling as well. Like, a mom is a mom is a mom. This is what I keep trying to explain to people. Listen, we have support in different ways. Even though we might not have a husband or a boyfriend, or the fathers of our children aren't helping as much as we would like them to, we still have support in some type of way, okay? And as a mom, the last thing we need to do is look at another mom and compare our situation to theirs and tell them, hey, you shouldn't be complaining. Especially when we're making poor decisions that are irrational or not even logical, like moving from one side of the United States to another without your kid in the middle of a pandemic. That did not make any sense to me. I don't know about anybody else, but I was just officially not on this woman's side when she said that. I'm like, you sit up here like complaining about these other mothers complaining, and you're putting them on a pedestal when they're not there either. They have their own issues. Their issues are different from our issues. And so this woman dug herself in a deeper hole to me. And I just was like, this was just stupid. I don't even know why this woman even did this. I'm like, I gotta start watching TV. Like, this TV is a trip. Whoever this woman is Chip. I think her name was Chip. I'm gonna try to put the playback in the video though when I do the editing, but it just didn't make any sense to me. You know, as a single mom, right, you cannot sit here and look at other moms that have like husbands and stuff and think that they're getting more support. No, it's a lot of married women out there whose husbands are working like crazy. Their husbands work out of state. Their husbands are always on business all of the time and they barely get to see their husband. Stay at home, and they're stay-at-home moms and they're struggling, man. Don't take your support for granted simply because you don't have a husband. This specific single mom herself, she had support. And the fact that she didn't appreciate it, it boggled my mind, because it's like, your kid is in Washington, D.C. Someone is watching your kid. That's your support right there. Do not take that type of support for granted. Thanks, Dr. Phil. Hey, the name's Soncerae. What's up? I give single mothers advice. Please go to facebook.com/group/we give you life and we will welcome you, okay? I have a beautiful single parent experience. The term single parent has nothing to do with your relationship status, okay? It has more to do with the fact that you are taking care of a child alone. Single means one. If you're not a single mom, then you're a plural mom. People don't get that though. People don't understand. Being a single mom has nothing to do with your relationship status. And even women who followed the correct order of operations, marry before you carry, still ended up getting divorced, okay? 50% of those women still ended up getting divorced and are taking care of their children alone. So marriage is not going to save you. The only thing that's going to save you from single motherhood is you finding a man who genuinely wants to be a father. Because a man who genuinely wants to be a father will help you with your children. Always keep that in mind. I never classified myself as a single mom until my son was born. My daughter is 20 years old. My son is 2. My daughter has an amazing father. He's always been there. He's always been just great. But my son's father, oh my God. Holy pigeon droppings, Batman. Go gadget, my patience. Listen, there is not enough YouTube watch hours on this planet for me to sit down and tell you all of the messed up things about my son's father. Just let that sit with you. I appreciate you watching. Have vision and stay focused. Namaste.